Good evening, world. It's 7 o'clock. This is part one. This is going to be part one of my continuation read along of my Lord of the Rings series. I am now on chapter 5, which is Conspiracy Unmasked. So, all you Lord of the Rings fans who've been following my series, I already read 4 chapters in the prologue. And you guys obviously are obviously enjoying my read along. And to all you people around the world who haven't read Lord of the Rings, at least you're now getting some insight into the book, the amazing book that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote. Now, I said I was going to make a video yesterday, but yesterday I wasn't feeling that good. I feel much better. I've been having the cold for about 4.5 days now, and I feel much better. My nose is not as stuffed, still a little stuffed, but I'm feeling a lot better. I felt a little bit cold and feverish for the past 2 days. Hence why I didn't make a video yesterday. I just wasn't in the mood to make a video. So today I'll be continuing my Lord of the Rings read along, which is chapter 5, which is Conspiracy Unmasked. You're looking at a very interesting video for that, right? And I feel much better, so I can babble on for a good hour, and I'll read a good 6 pages to start off chapter 5. Chapter 5, which is page 128. So I'll read 128 to 133 or 135. I'll read up to 133. I'll read 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll read 6 pages today. And then tomorrow I might read a good 7 pages. And the following day I'll finish off the remaining chapter of Conspiracy Unmasked. Right. I'm gonna keep saying this, so you better fucking enjoy this series while you still can. You only have a month and 10 days left if I have it on YouTube. September 30th, I get my final check. So the check that I got in August 30th is now running out. I'm using the money to pretty much just get smokes. I have enough till the end of the month, and once I get that last check, I'm gonna enjoy that last check. That last $750, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy the government checks I'm gonna get. Pump up my Swimming the Sharks video late this month. You're looking at a very interesting video for that. I'll now go over more of my book. I took a break going over my book because I was sick. I was feeling sick for 4 to 5 days, and so I took a break. But now I'll be going over the rest of my book. So by the end of the month, I should be finished going over all my book, fixing all the typos. And after that, I'll no longer go over my book anymore. I shouldn't cross my fingers and hope that most of my grammar is good, which most of my grammar is good. You are going to catch typos in my book. I'm giving you a heads up. To all you exciting fans out there who are excited to read my book, you're going to catch typos in my book. But please keep in mind that the doors are all locked on me, and I can't even get my book proofread or even formatted since I have to do everything myself. There's a good chance I'm going to release an updated edition in the future. So in the future, I'll hire the best proofreader to proofread my whole book. I might even have paintings and drawings, and I'll release an updated edition of my book in the future, most likely. If you want. I don't have to, but there's a good chance I'm going to release an updated edition of my book in the future. So all you fans out there who want multiple editions of my book, which a lot of book nerds like having multiple editions, you can get the new edition of my book. In a good 2033 around there. By the time I release the organization movie around there, I might release an updated edition of my Last of Us book. Whereas right now, I have to release what I can work with because the doors are all locked on me. And you're going to catch typos. My book is not going to look as professional as a traditional publishing book. And you're going to catch typos. Because the doors are all locked on me, hence I had no choice but to format myself. Well, that's not word is still professional. Your book will still look professional, but not as professional compared to a traditional publisher. It won't look as professional as this book. If you're expecting the interior of my book to be something like this, it's not going to be as professional as this. It's going to be pretty professional, but it's not going to be as professional as Fellowship of the Ring, because Fellowship of the Ring was traditionally published. As I told you, the pros of traditional publishing is that your book will look more professional. You don't have to worry about proofreading or editing. The companies the publishing houses take care of all that for you, right? But the cons is you lose control of controlling right of your novel. You make way less money, and you're not free. You don't have freedom if you traditionally publish. Whereas if you self-publish, you have freedom because it's your own work. Obviously, right? You have freedom for your novel. You can do whatever you want with your novel. Obviously, right? Yeah, it's hot in here, right? So I'll babble on for a good hour as usual, and then the remaining 30 minutes, I will read a good 6 pages of Conspiracy Unmasked. Read, I'll read 6 pages of Conspiracy Unmasked, and then what? And then I will, yes, I'll read a good 60 pages of Conspiracy Unmasked. Six pages, not 60 pages. 6 pages of Conspiracy Unmasked, and I'll end the video. And by that time, it should be close to 9 o'clock at night. So I'll upload my video, take a shower, go to the store, get a pack of smokes, take a nice walk. I like taking a nice walk at night, a nice 20-minute, 25-minute walk, get a pack of smokes, and then I will what? Get a pack of smokes, and then I will what? Then I will come back home and enjoy the show. Then after that, I might watch some more games on YouTube. Yeah, because I like watching games on YouTube. And I also like watching YouTube videos when they talk about Hollywood movies. They talk about the behind the scenes in Hollywood, all that stuff. Is this executive going to get fired? All that stuff. Interesting stuff on some interesting YouTube channels on YouTube. And I like watching movies here and there. So Ivan, what do you do? What do you do in your spare time? I pretty much just sit in my basement in my room. And I watch TV like all day. That's pretty much what I do, man. I walk to the store. I take a nice walk. I get smokes. I get beer. I order food. I pretty much just sit in my basement. And I watch TV all day. That's pretty much what I do. And I read my Lord of the Rings books. Pretty much. That's pretty much what I do, right? But the only reason why I'm like this is because the doors are all locked on me. And the doors not been locked on me, I'd be working. I wouldn't be sitting in my basement all day. I'd be working. I'd be doing some good things in my life. Hence why I can't wait to pay this fee. That way I can get rid of this habit. Obviously, it's a habit. Obviously, it's a bad habit. But once I'm king, I'm no longer gonna have this bad habit. I'm actually gonna when I'm with my wife, I'm actually gonna hang out with her and like do stuff with her. You know what I'm saying? Because all my life in my 20s, like all I've been doing is pretty much just sitting in my basement, playing games, watching television shows, movies, games on YouTube, watching movies on theater. That's pretty much all I've been doing the past 10, 11 years. Obviously. And it's once I'm king, I'm finally going to know what it's like to live the life, man. I don't know. I'm going to travel the world with my wife. I've never been overseas. I'm going to go out, hang out in Vancouver. Even though the Keys really pisses me off and I have anxiety in public, I'm going to have to get used to that. Because these keys are not going anywhere. The doors are locked on me, hence God gave me the keys, obviously. I have no choice, obviously. Even though having these keys is really annoying, because everyone can read my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to get used to the keys, obviously. I'm going to have to hang out with my wife. I'll hang out with my wife in Vancouver, obviously. Go clothes shopping spree. And see movies on theaters with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm also see a lot of movies at home with her too in my condo. Like the Lord of the Rings 4K Blu-ray movie box set. I want to get that. And I'm also gonna get the Hobbit series too. I'm gonna order that on Amazon. I'm gonna watch it on my private IMAX theater. I'll either watch it on my big screen TV or I can watch it on my private IMAX theater. Do something top notch. I don't know. Do I really need to build a private IMAX theater? I mean, I can just have a theater system in my living room and just have a big 200-inch TV. There's no point of having a big screen TV and an IMAX theater too. It's kind of like a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'll build it. Having an IMAX theater is unheard of, man. When I'm putting $100 million towards my condo, and you're looking at like something high tech. You're looking at like an unheard of, super advanced rooftop condo. I don't want a regular condo whereby I don't want to buy an existing condo that's like $40 million in Vancouver. No, I want my condo built from scratch on top of the roof. I want my condo on top of the roof. Because the rooftop condo was unheard of, man. And you guys won't know what my condo will look like until you see the documentary. But those actors, the main actors, The only actor who's not main, who will be partnering up with me is the actor for Tacky's the First. Because Tacky's the First is a major part of the plot, I'll have that actor party with me at my condo too, obviously. He's the only like minor actor. He's the only like minor actor who's gonna be partying up with the major actors. He'll be thrown in with the major actors because Tacky's the First, even though he's not a major character, he's a major part of the plot. Hence why that actor, I'm paying him the most money out of all the other actors. Because what? I'm paying him 11 million, which is, I don't know, 9 million in American. I don't know. It depends where the guy lives. It's like 8 million bucks. 8 million bucks is a nice paycheck for a minor for I don't know for filming for a couple weeks for 40 minutes for the beginning of the movie, and you're only in a small scene in Volume 3. And 8 million, $11 million check is nice. It's a nice paycheck. The reason why I'm paying a lot of money is that way you get unheard of acting from him, as Tacky's the First is a major part of the plot. You want to get unheard of acting, you got to pay them a lot of pay these actors a lot of money. Let them rip you off, but pay them a lot of money. That way they all work hard for you, and you spoil them. But those actors are gonna get to party out my condo. They're gonna get to see my condo. They're gonna know right. They're gonna know what. They're gonna know. They're gonna know what. They're gonna know what it's like to party up in my condo, man. Right? And I guarantee you, all those Darcy people wish they can party up in my condo. Man, I wish I can party up at Ivan's condo, but they can't. As C-list people are out. I'm not hiring C-list people. No C-list people are allowed to work for my company. If I allowed C-list people to work for my company, me and my wife would get tens of thousands of resumes. Me and my wife don't have time to look at all that, man. The 17 don't have time to look at all that, and me and my wife don't have time to look at all those resumes. No, I'm only hiring people who work for the Hollywood company, specifically the Big Five. I'm gonna narrow it down to the Big Five, the Big Six, or whatever it is. That way, me and my wife don't have to look at it. So instead of looking at like 2,000 resumes, me and my wife would probably look at a couple hundred resumes for the doc, for all the seven members of the team, right? And the doc team, me and my wife probably only had, and the photographers, me and my wife probably only look at a couple hundred resumes. I don't know, 350, 400 resumes for all those guys. Because I narrowed it down to the Big Five. And you won't get as much resumes. And if it's only a couple hundred resumes, me and my wife can finish looking at it in a couple months. Look at 8, 10 resumes a day. In a good couple months, we can be busy looking at all the resumes. So, the only resumes me and my wife are going to look at are the resumes for the 7 team, the doc team, the photographers, the graphic designer, and the web designer. Me and my wife will look at the resumes for those guys, and the logo person too. There's a good chance George Lucas knows some people to design your logo. So George Lucas probably will know a guy. Hey, do you know a guy who designs logo? Who designed your Lucasfilm logo art? Your Lucasfilm logo. I want to hire that guy and have him design my logo. Or I want to hire the guy who designed the Paramount logo, because I want my logo to be something like Paramount. It looks something top notch. You have like the sky in the background. It says Sky Source, a man and woman touching. Sky Source Entertainment. I was thinking Sky Source Studios, but yeah, I own a studio, but like I'm like, nah, like Sky Source Entertainment sounds better than Sky Source Studios. Sky Source Entertainment sounds better. Hence why I'm gonna call it Sky Source Entertainment. Sky Source Entertainment, and you have the Canadian film company in the bottom. It looks like top notch. Hence why my wife's almost something made. Right. Right. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll talk more about Sky Source, about my company. I always talk about this, but it's fun when I mention Sky Source. You guys are excited, obviously. Oh, I can't. Oh my god! Oh, when Ivan's King is actually going to start Sky Source, yeah. But I'm going to keep saying this, world. The money that I make, the money that me and my wife are making from the book sales, we never have to work again. We're going to make a good like $9 billion off the book sales and royalties. There's a bit of noise. Give me a sec. right? Yeah. So I keep saying this. The money is a bit of noise. You might hear some members of my family talking. Obviously, some members of my step family talking, right? Right. So the money that me and my wife are gonna make off of Zane's book sales, last over Zane's book sales, me and my wife never have to work again. I'm gonna keep saying that. The money that I make for Zanus, me and my wife never have to work again. We don't even have to work. $9 billion can last you for hundreds of years, man. 200, 300, even if me and my wife blow like 7 million a year, 6 million a year, it lasts us for hundreds of years, man. 200 years, 300 years, 400 years. We never have to work again. The money that I make off of Zanus. Never have to work again. The money that we make off Zanus. Hence what? Never have to work again. The money that we're making off Zanus. Hence what? Hence, me and my wife don't have to put in all that work and start Sky Source. I'm gonna keep saying that. We don't even have to work. We can just, me and my wife can easily just travel the world, build a $100 million condo, buy our yacht, lease our cars, buy our clothes. We can travel the world and just live our life forever, man. And the only connection you're gonna get to us is a constant trends online. So you'll experience your wife's glory, but you're not gonna experience our full glory, because there's nothing cooler than experiencing the glory of God by seeing Ivan and Vijay, by seeing an Ivan movie, obviously, an Ivan and Vijay movie. Hence why I want to start Sky is because I'm not lazy. I don't want to me and my wife don't have to work ever again, but it's a dream of mine to star my own big budget movie, and it's a dream of mine to adapt to turn Zanus into a movie, obviously. Once you read my book, you'll see what I mean. Once you read my book, you're like, oh my god, I finally understand why Ivan so badly wants to turn Last of Zanus into a movie. Because if it was made into a movie, you're looking at the best story ever told in motion picture. You're looking at an amazing story. And ever since I was an extra on a short film, A Clean Slate, it was always a dream of mine to star in my own big budget movie with my wife, obviously. Ever since I was in this Clean Slate as an extra, I'm like, oh my god, I want to be a movie star. And now I get to start my own company, bigger than all Hollywood companies, bigger than Disney, bigger than Warner Bros., bigger than Paramount, bigger than Lionsgate, bigger than Netflix, bigger in quality, right? Those companies are bigger than my companies in scale. My company in scale. But Sky's just a bigger company in quality. Because I'm putting out better quality movies. One of my movies is better quality movies than all those Hollywood movies. Obviously, hence why Sky's Entertainment will be the best brand in the entertainment business, obviously. Right. And hence why my wife is so proud of me. That's how you know I'm not playing around. As the money that I make from my Last Overseas book sales, me and my wife never have to work again. We can just live the life. We don't even have to work, man. We don't even have to work. We can just travel the world and just chill. But because it's a dream, I star my budget movie, especially adapt Zanus the big screen. I want to start Sky. So my wife obviously will, even though she wants to do the personal stuff with Ivan and see Ivan and all that stuff and get her freedom, her one dream is obviously to star in a big budget movie in Hollywood. BJ's one dream is to be a big A-list movie actor, but she's not. She's a B-list actor. That's her one dream, but it's never gonna happen because doors are locking her. Now, when she's free with me and she made her billions with me, me and her can now start our own entertainment company bigger than all those big Hollywood companies. I'm putting $970 million towards my Last of Us movie, and almost $700 million towards my organizational movie, $200 million towards their unique, 550 to 600 million towards the Hidden Vampire movie, and then a good like I don't know 600 million towards the Western Gangster movie. You're looking at a top-notch movie, man. Yeah, it's your fucking welcome door. It's because of me. You get to see your husband obviously because she cries every night. It's fucking annoying. Leave me the fuck alone. She's fucking my wife is fucking crazy, man. She cries all night long. I don't even. I don't know. It finally hit me. I'm not gonna, like, when was the last time Victoria Justice slept? I don't think she slept in a long time, man, because she cries all night long, and it's really really annoying, man. It drives me nuts. I just ignore it because it's fucking annoying. I just close my eyes, sleep, and ignore it because she's fucking crazy. She's just gonna cry all night long. If I don't save her ass, the crying will continue on forever. She won't stop. She's fucking crazy, man. And yeah, obviously. And you're fucking welcome. I saved your fucking ass. Because of me, you can see me finally, and the crying stop, and she gets to what? Live the $1 billion life with her husband. She gets her freedom too. She gets to be free. I already delved into this in my last videos when I talk about freedom, paying a price to be rich and having your freedom and not being rich. I talked about this in my last videos. You guys can go back and watch that to get more information on that. As there's no such thing as being rich and free in this world. I'm gonna keep saying that. Either when I mean rich, I mean like making, like, I don't know, making like millions. Like, to make $100,000 a year, you don't have to pay a price for that. But the moment you make your millions, you're gonna end up being a gatekeeper, and you're gonna have to pay a price for that. Like the moment you make, like, I don't know, like $400,000-$500,000 plus, chances are you met a gatekeeper, and you have to pay a price for that. Because you're not making a lot of money. But especially if you make millions, the moment you make your millions, guarantee you're going to meet a gatekeeper, and you're going to have to pay a price for that. That's how it works in this world. Whereas if you want to make $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, even $200,000 a year, you don't have to pay a price for that, obviously. But the moment you're a millionaire or a multimillionaire, you have to pay a price for that money. There's no such thing as free money in this world. There may be a few exceptions, but I highly doubt it. Chances are, if you're rich, you paid a price to make that money, and you met a gatekeeper along the way. Along the way, you met a because you have gatekeepers in this world, obviously. In every branch, in the academic world, you have gatekeepers. In the sport world, you have gatekeepers. In the acting, in the Hollywood world, you have gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? In the news world, you have gatekeepers. You have gatekeepers in every branch of business. In YouTube, the YouTubers, they have gatekeepers too. All these YouTubers who you see on YouTube who are very, very successful, who have millions of followers, they didn't make that money for free. No, man. They met a gatekeeper, and they have to pay a price for that, man. Yeah, man. That's how it works. Yeah. There's no such thing as free money in this world. No such thing as free money in this world, obviously. Right, but yeah, man, that's how top-notch my Sky's company is. You're looking at a top-notch company, and hence why all the Hollywood actors are going to so badly want to work for me and my wife, because you're looking at a bigger company than all those Hollywood companies, and those Hollywood actors are all going to be paid their millions. They get their freedom. They're going to be saved. And the actors for Zayn's are the luckiest, because Last of Zayn's, the reason why they're lucky is because Last of Zayn's is Ivan's first movie. It's VJ's first big budget movie. Also, they're going to be saved. They're going to be saved the longest out of all the other actors chosen for other movies. These actors are going to be saved for like 3.5, 4.5 years. Which for all my other movies, the actors are only going to be saved for like 2.5, 3 years, whatever it is. As the actors for Zayn's are going to be saved the longest out of all the other actors chosen from other movies. They're going to be saved. And Last of Zayn's is a unique story. They're going to be fighting devils on the screen. Looking at literal devil beings on the screen. I told you, the closest thing I can think of in terms of scariness is The Exorcist. The Exorcist came out in the 70s. I remember when you watch it now, it's a bit cheesy because it came out in the 70s. But I remember when I rented that movie like 10 years ago. 10, 11 years ago, I rented the movie, right? I watched it in my room. And I remember when I watched it in my room, the lights were on and I was disturbed. I was looking around the house. I was looking around my movie like, holy shit, this is disturbing. This is scary shit. Like that, The Exorcist really, really disturbed me. And yet, Eritad is 3 times scarier than what you see in The Exorcist. You're looking at devils on the screen, man. You're looking at little devils on the screen. You're looking at a revolutionary movie. You're looking at a movie that's going to change cinema. The reason why it's going to change cinema because I'm acting it, obviously. So Ivan O'Meara acting in the movie is going to revolutionize cinema, obviously. Because I'm that special. I have the God gene. At the same time, it's the best story ever told. Right? At the same time, you also have what? You also have the actors are fighting devils, man, on the screen. And it's a revolutionary story, obviously. Right? Just like Lord of the Rings is like a revolutionary franchise. So the Lord of the Rings franchise revolutionized franchises. because it was such an amazing series. Last of Us Zanes will be a revolutionary story. It's gonna change. I'm gonna make this prediction. It's gonna change cinema, man. It's gonna change the makings of cinema because you're looking at unheard of technology at the same time you're looking at unheard of horror. It's gonna revolutionize horror. There's no movie. I can't see any movie coming out after Zane's that'll be scarier than that. If you think The Conjuring is scary, all these horror movies that came out, if you think The Conjuring is scary, if you think The Exorcist is scary, if you think Annabelle's scary, if you think all these horror movies, like those movies are pretty freaky. If you think those movies are scary, those movies will look PG compared to Zanus. Because Aratat, you're looking at the literal devil himself on the screen. You're looking at the devil himself, man. Whereas those other movies are scary, but you only see like flashes of the demons and stuff, and you get jump scares. Whereas Aratat is an actual, like, he's a master wolf devil, Wolf King himself, bent on destroying Tactius. I almost spoiled over you. Hence what? And you're looking at the devil himself, man. It looks something fucking scary, man. Hence why what? Hence why what? Hence why Last of Us will be the best story ever told in motion picture, and hence why these actors are gonna beg their fucking asses off for Zanus, for me to resign them, because they don't want to go to Hollywood. Skyscraper is better than Hollywood, and they were saved, and they got their freedom too. They were saved, they got the freedom, they were spoiled, they got paid a rich salary. They're all rich, they're famous and rich, obviously. They don't want to go. They don't want to go back to Hollywood because they don't want to be left behind. At the same time, they know there's no such thing as freedom in Hollywood. They're gonna go back to being dirty slaves. Hence what? Hence they're gonna what? They're gonna beg their fucking ass off. When I mean beg, I mean they're really gonna beg. I'm not talking about some simple begging like Ivan, please. They're really gonna beg like Ivan, please. Can you resign me, man? They're really gonna beg, man, because they don't want to be left behind. They know being famous, and I mentioned this in my desperation video. Being famous without Ivan and VJ feels worthless and meaningless. That's why I rather have my fame feel meaningful and be famous with Ivan and VJ and experience success and fame with them than be in Hollywood and be left behind, and have my fame feel meaningless, and it feels like as if no one cares about my movies because Ivan and VJ are the main show. Because me and my wife are that special, man. They don't want to be left behind. That's why these actors are going to beg their fucking asses off. Because me and my wife are that special. 28 minutes here. Babylon for one more part, then I'll read 6 pages of Lord of the Rings. And I'll end the video here. What else is there to talk about? I usually like talking about the same things over and over. I'll just repeat the same thing I've repeated many times over and over again. I'll talk about Swimming the Sharks, about Amazon, and the Hollywood actors. I'm going to keep saying this. No one in this world, I'm going to keep saying this, nobody in this world is worth me and my wife's royalties. No one in this world is worth my royalties except for my wife. She's the only one, just like no one's worth VJ's royalties except for me, obviously. I'm the only one who's worth her royalties. But I guarantee you, if the situation were in reverse and VJ wrote a book and she saved my ass, she'd be greedier than me, obviously. She'd be much greedier than me, obviously. Whereas I'm a bit more generous, obviously. But no one in this world is worth my royalties except for VJ, because she's the spirit of God, obviously. Because she's the same nature as me, she's the only one who's worth my royalties. As Victoria Justice would be a multi-billionaire too if she wrote her own book, obviously. She wouldn't make as much as me, but she'd be rich. Like, if VJ wrote her own book, she'd probably make, like, I don't know. She'd probably make, I don't know, like $6 billion, $7 billion, whereas me, I make like $9 billion. I make a bit more than her because I'm white, obviously. I'm the son of God, obviously. Because I'm the son of God, I'm obviously a bit white. We're both special, obviously. Because I'm the son of God, I'm the son of the source. I'm obviously white. I obviously make a bit more money. Where she's God too, but she's the spirit of God. I'm the son of God. I'm the son of the source. She's just a spirit of the source, but I'm the son of the source, man. Hence why what? Hence why I'll make a bit more money than her, obviously. But if VJ wrote her own book, she'd make her billions like me. Hence why she's the only one who's worth my royalties, and I'm the only one who's worth her royalties, obviously. Whereas no one around the world is worth me and my royalties. Not even the gatekeepers are not worth my royalties, and they know it. Because you're not from the sky, because you didn't create this universe, you're not. No one around this, no one in this planet is worth me Moist royalties. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm gonna shut my camera for you.